Hey everyone, got 2 cameras up and going now. Alright, I don't know how good that shot is, but I think you guys will sit right there. Hope you can hear everything. Got 2 cameras going. Gotta get some lights turned on, get the shop opened up. Got a lot of work to do today, and I don't really feel like doing any of it, to be honest with you. Got to get this thing out of here though. Now that the clocks have sprung forward an hour, I thought I'd better get up and get motivated. Try to get something done. Haven't really felt like doing anything for about 60 days now. Just been holed up in the house. Yep, that's about it. My landlord's not going to be happy with me about that transmission fluid all over that garage floor. I think that was my phone. Yep. Hey there. Sorry about that. You guys went for a tumble. Yeah, this is the action cam. All of that transmission fluid on the floor down there looks like an episode of some Agatha Christie novel. I didn't park that right in the way. Probably the reason I had it there then. Yeah, that's probably more why I had it there where I had it to begin with. I moved it, but it didn't need to be moved. Oh. You guys can come down here for a minute. Probably can't see anything. It's so dark down there. Hey, there we go. Open the curtain. Let some light in. 60 degrees today, but the wind is coming right out of the south. Came down here about 2 weeks ago, cleaned up all of my cans that were on the floor, put them in the recycling bin. This is about a week's worth of cans down here on the floor. Like coming down here when it's cold. Oh. So to recycle my cans, I just toss them down to the bottom of the steps. And when I get a few extra warm days here and there, I come down here when I can because I don't like to shiver, and makes my back hurt severely if I shiver. So, not much of a winter person anymore, I think. I guess I've finally become a fair weather friend. That's job number 1 done. taken care of. See if I can get you guys into a better perch. How about this right here? Wonder how much RFI interference you guys got up there. Oh, that's an awesome vantage point. There you go. How you like that? I wonder if it's still running. Oh, I don't care. Oh man, I get to mess with my 1970 blue digital CompuCron. This clock and I are the same age. I wonder when its birthday was. I bet it had a birthday coming up. No telling. How about that? Does that work? Can you guys see me? Now we got 2 vantage points. I hate it when that light flickers up there. If I remember correctly, when you push the fast button, it goes fast. But it doesn't like to work. Let's see if we can get this. We got to go all the way around to 105. I think it's actually later than that. I think it's like 110, 112. It's 119 now. Alright, let's see if we can get this around there to 120. It's got to say PM, not AM. We're going to hit it one shot. Missed it by 7. Missed it by 7. Should have slowed it down, but that slow button doesn't work. So this fast button is the only way to do it, and I'll show you. You got to be careful when you push it, because the buttons are almost wore out on it. And if you can get it to go, you got to know when to whoa and slow. We're going to hit it one time on the second try. We're shooting for 121 now. Let's sneak up on it. Whoa. I'm going to hit that slow button. I'm going to try to get the slow button to go. Let's see if we can get... Hey, the slow button's working. Holy crap, the slow button's working. Oh, we're going to sneak right up on 21 if I can keep the slow button working. There's 21. And that's how you set a 1970s CompuCron blue digital clock. That's how you spring forward in blue. Right back on your perch, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on. He's like, I don't like being bent that way. You got my cord all twisted, man. Alright, I hear you. I hear you. Calm down. Hey, hey. Now you're kicking it with kicker. Let's go for a ride. Task number 2. Dang it, man, I forgot to get that gallon antifreeze upstairs while I was up there. I gotta get to that guy right there. And that shroud is right in the way. And I've got it zip tied. So I gotta snap that zip tie, pull that shroud back out of the way, crack that petcock, and look where it drains down, right onto that nasty, dirty frame. I'm gonna try to catch as much of that as I can. So that's step number 2. So I gotta go back upstairs for a minute. So I'm gonna find you guys a perch. How about an elevated perch? View from the top. How about that? Can you guys see me? I'm gonna leave you recording. I gotta run back upstairs and grab that gallon of antifreeze. I'm gonna find a great, clean gray catch can underneath there. Get everything set up, and we're gonna drain a gallon and a half of coolant out of that radiator. And that was a shout out to Derek. Radiator. You know, a fella really knows a thing or two about whirling McGigs and fire hoses and lightning whirlers and lightning hoses and good grief. A little bit chilly down here. Grabbed my hoodie, threw my hoodie on. Ooh, oh, the back of my arms are starting to get cold. Ooh, ooh. How you guys doing? See if I can find you a secondary perch. How about that? Can't record that way. I was hoping that thing would grab. Boy, that would be an ideal spot for you guys. How about a little feedback? A little feedback for you. I have no idea where to perch you guys up at to get a good shot of the action while I tinker. We're going to do the old towel trick here. Right up against the fender. Pow! Now we got two cameras going. Two shots, two angles, but I don't like that angle up there, so I'm going to go mess with that angle and get everything set up. Hopefully, hope I didn't kill that. What am I messing with there? Oop, wrong way. I need to turn it up. Oh, I think I do. Alright, where's the camera at? There it is. I'm going to set you guys down right over here. There we go. Camera angle number 2. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. WD-40. Found this. I'm hoping I can plug this thing in and throw it on the charger. Get it charging again. These little 6.4 volt lithium ion pack, probably a decade old. Can't remember the last time I charged it. I bet it'll still take a charge though, so that's the plan. tools. Brought the performer down here, and the performer is gonna go on there. And I was saying in one of my last videos that I was planning on doing this come spring. I'm gonna pull that 600 Demon off there because it's just not enough carburetor for this engine. It was starving for fuel on that test ride number 6 that Mitch and I took it out on. And I was really happy with those changes that Mitchell made to that modulator valve underneath there for me. And he was able to get underneath there and crawl under there for me and make those changes for me. I'm glad he did. It softened that second gear hit up. I was afraid that second gear was going to rip that carrier bearing out of that drive shaft, and when I launched it in that video there, that clatter you heard at the very beginning of the video was that carrier bearing, and it was binding in the middle and clanking. The little engine was wanting to make some power, but had the timing way off and not enough fuel. So hopefully this 750 1407 Edelbrock will wake it up a little bit. I would prefer to go back Holly. I'd like to get a Quick Fuel Technologies carb or a Brawler, but kind of hard to afford those $500, $600, $800 carburetors that you see on Marketplace without any revenue stream coming in. And I don't have any revenue stream coming in. This is just me tinkering with the leftover pieces that have been handed down to me through barter and trade. It's all old money that I've lost money on, selling my stuff off for pennies on the dollar what it was actually worth, and now I'm down to nothing and scraping by. And I'm not the only one feeling the pinch, and I'm sure that's a common thread amongst most households today, feeling the pinch of what's happening with the world. And we're all just struggling to do the best we can to make do in this silent war that we're all fighting. This war of attrition that we're all trapped in at the moment. And finding small moments of sunshine when they finally allowed the sky one day of reprieve, because they control when the kickoff point happens. Not you, not me. Whoever's in control thinks they run the show, and guess what? They do, because we're powerless. We don't know who they are. Could be anyone. Could be me, could be you, could be any of us. None of us want that to happen. And that's why nothing has happened in America yet. We'll be the last ones to know when it does. Yep. You guys hear that? Wonder what that was. like doing any of this. I don't even want to be down here today. I think I'm going to see if I can just turn all of this talk that I've been talking so far into a few moments of time lapse. I'm just going to speed it up. I'm only going to stop it here and there and just chime in. I'm going to play around with some split screen stuff between the two different shots. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that yet or not, but these are test videos, and I hope the sound of my voice is not echoing. Alrighty then. Man, this ain't gotta be perfect. Can't have all that oil in it though. Now it's got ashes in it. Great. There's some ASMR for you. Listen close. Did you like that one? Oh shit. Damn, if it had landed upside right, man, it would have been in the right place. Oh, there we go. I got to do this from the top. I know where the kick points are at. And it kicks there, there, there. And always sprays. Does that little weird fan shit. Oh, dang it. Man, I tell you what. You guys are upside down and inside out. I'm going to set you right down on top of the counter crown. Nope, that ain't working. That's not the way you do it. We aren't playing our guitar on MTV. That's not the way you do it. You don't get your money for nothing. And chicks never come free. chicks for free. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't wash no interior. I think I crawled underneath this time and actually zip tied that bottom of the shroud in tight. I don't think I did it the last time. I think I just let it flop around down in there. Now I gotta crawl underneath there to check to see if I zip tied the bottom. Here I go again, cracking bones. That was my left shoulder. Oh, nope. And it won't leave me alone. Oh, that was my upper back. Oh. I did. Dang. Can't even see it, but I felt it. Ha ha ha, that was it. I did zip tie it on the bottom this time. There it is. That's it, that's the culprit. Little bitty feller. Ooh, there we go. Hey, I'm back up here with you again. Good grief. Oh man, I think I threw my back out. Nope, you went too far forward. You gotta go back over this way. Right there. Oh yeah, that's a sweet spot. There we go. Now we're in action. Oh, hang on a second, I gotta brush my rock and roll hair. You guys can't see nothing. I got you plugged into the charger, and that's why you can't see nothing. How about right, yeah. Now I know where you're talking to. You still running? Dang it. You need to watch. And I'll end up forgetting that that towel is under there, and I'll go to yank that towel to wipe my hands, and I'll dump you guys over again before it's all over with. Come on now. There you go. Right back in your spot. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Pop my back. I can already feel it. I got one right here at the very bottom that's killing me. Oh, there went one. I got to do this little routine every day. If I don't, I'll lock up. And I'm used to being a flexible kind of feller, and quick on my feet and nimble and light, strong. Not many of those things now. Quite the opposite, actually. So I've enjoyed. All right, go. We got our intro shot. Let's get you guys perched up somewhere. Got you on the long cable, so kind of take you along for the ride. So both of you are on the charger. And I have no idea. How's that? I think it's still recording. Oh, my hair kind of went everywhere. Static electricity in it. Oh. Put it underneath that hood earlier and it didn't like that at all. I can hear the static electricity just snapping. Hair finally starting to get some length on it. Good grief. Shouldn't take long. Woo! My personal kind of Jesus. Oh, kind of can't help but look like the king that I serve. I don't know about you, but yeah. That's enough looking at that ugly mug. Nah. Only ugly to the eye of the beholder. There we go. I doubt that I got that on there correctly, but not too worried about that either. Oh, got my garage door opened up. Got that petcock put back in, and both of the recording devices shut down after 30 minutes and 58 minutes. So the device that I'm having trouble uploading from has the second vantage point and B-roll footage that this one didn't get that does upload. So there's 20 more minutes worth of footage on that device that I might not have access to that didn't get picked up on this one. So I'm not sure how much time is left in the memory for this one. It might shut off on me any minute. And I hate talking to myself if you guys aren't listening. Get right to it then. Got a couple more steps to button up here before I can go any further. We're up here. And one for down there. I'm gonna go put that one back on the bottom real quick. I'll be right back. Hoping I was gonna get my back up again. Nope. Well, we didn't make too big of a mess. Got a little splatter. Not bad. To be expected. Watch where I put my hand. I might pull my grill right out. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness. it's all dark and oh, there it goes. Kind of like just closing your eyes and taking a poke in the dark. Yep, and there it went. Oh, here we go. Oh, there went my back. Oh. Oh, that was the one I've been waiting for. Oh, I think I'm just going to sit here and enjoy that for a second. Oh. Couldn't get it to pop earlier. That's what it needed right there. Alright. Kind of tight on space right here next to this bench. Nice shiny bright area to work though, so really can't complain. It's close and comfy and convenient, and cozy is the word I suppose I'm looking for. Not a word I would choose, even though it is in the lexicon. It's not in the vernacular. Cozy is not a word that comes to mind to describe something for me. I don't like cozy. Get started on one of those Q rants and let the trolls and minions take off with that one. Quintessentially quirky. Quagmire said, "Quiggity, quiggity, quiggity, qwhew." Must have got the part gear in right. First time I really ever checked it to see if the part gear really made any noise. I hear some little ring. Oh, that kind of feels good on my back, but hurts at the same time. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't too good. Better knock that shit off. Have my back hurting again. Just got it to pop, dang it. Kind of why I'm standing here putting pressure on it, to be honest with you. Oh. Kind of stops that sciatic shit from going right down the back of my left leg. It gets difficult for me to move sometimes. I just got to find that right spot to get it unbound. The thing in my back down there just kind of gets bound up and pinches and says, "Hey, Buster, we don't like that down here." Well, sorry. Alright, let's get right to it. Got everything on the charger here. I redirectioned my cable to go this way so that you could see the negative marking that's cast into the body of the plastic of the battery on both, so that now you can see the positive plus symbol and the negative minus symbol on this side. Maybe if I can get the camera to work right. I don't know if I can get it in there close enough for you to see it. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, I did a little tuning up there. I put a couple of degrees of timing in it and backed the throttle down to get it to idle down a little bit. It was idling high the last time I had it started up. But the idea here is to get this thing popped off before it gets any later. It's already 6:25 p.m. I've already been down here in the shop tinkering quite a bit. All of the footage that I'm capturing with that tablet, it's not recording correctly, and the audio on it is not synced with the video, and it's got a super slow lag. I mean, it's almost like a 5-minute lag. I don't know if I'll be able to use any of that audio, but I may be able to use the video half of it and sync it with some of that other footage that I got captured earlier in the day. And maybe I can piece all of this together into a workable video worthy of being posted up. I don't know how my editing skills measure up to anyone else's. I am working with bear skins and stone knives in an atavistic and primitive state of technological advancement. All of my equipment is Boomerville. Might as well be using a clamshell phone to record all of this on, you know what I mean? But I'm doing the best I can with what I got to work with, okay? And yeah, if you stuck around this long, come on, let's go for a ride. I'm gonna fire this thing up and see what it sounds like, and I want to bring you guys along for the ride, but gotta get underneath the London Bridge first. Hey, I snuck out of there. What do you know? Hey, I'm missing something. That's what I'm missing. I think I might have. You know what? I did. I'm gonna put you guys right up here. I know it's probably not a very good spot, but it worked earlier. It might not have been, that might have been the spot. I think that was the spot that I had you in. That worked pretty good. Microphone end is still open, and you guys are right there. Alright, let me find my missing tools. They accidentally hit the floor earlier. Alright, I'm just going to do the one video on this once I get this thing popped off. I want to get it to where it'll idle again, and I want to let it warm up long enough. I want to let it run long enough so that it warms up to open that thermostat, but I don't know how much fuel is in it, and I don't want it to stink up my garage either. So it's a debate on whether or not I want to try to get it to go in gear, knowing that there's 4 quarts of transmission fluid on the floor. It's been parked here for the last 60 days or so since Mitch and I took it out the last time. And that pan gasket and that speedo cable seal that I put in there on that new gear and that new cup it didn't seal. So I'm going to have to readdress both of those issues, and I have a remedy for one. However, the latter one that I mentioned, I've yet to come up with a prescription. It's been diagnosed, but I do not yet know what my prognosis of that procedure is going to reveal. My double gasket trick on the stem of that speedo gear did not work. So I think maybe it's in the cap itself and not the seal of the gear. I'm not sure. I would hate to have to change the speedometer cable just to put a new cap on it. I guess you do what you have to do, but man, still gonna have to have a good cap on it to seal it up, even if you're not running the speedo anymore. Guess like everything else, there's a workaround on that too. I suppose if I put my synapses to work, might be able to fire the right neurons down the right pathways and get a thought or two together and come up with something creative. Got my carburetor tuning screwdriver right there, so I want you guys to keep an eye on that screwdriver. There you go. There's number 2 just in case I need it. Let's see if we can pop this thing off. Stink up the garage a little bit. I think you guys are parked in a pretty good spot. I hope you don't come flopping off of there. About a quarter of a quart over full. Clean smell to it. On the back end of it, what I could smell was old fuel. Yep. Broke this engine in on an old fuel. And a 600 carburetor. Let him come in slow. What I'm about to do to it next is going to wake him up for sure. Might have to dial that transmission back a little bit more. Keep that second gear from slamming so hard. I know it didn't come up in that video and it didn't really show. And Mitch and I took a Noisy Boy for Test Ride number 6 video. In that last video where Mitch and I took it out, you couldn't hear it in the video, but I could hear it in the cab. And what I heard was when it hits second gear, it always hits posi on that rear end underneath this truck. Whenever it digs second gear, it digs both of them. It always has. It'll one wheel peel, but as soon as you get out there and bang second gear, it bangs it right into posi, and it'll kick you sideways in second gear. It's a weird, tricky little truck. Kind of one of those little oddballs. Yeah, it likes to catch you off guard. This truck does. I had a couple of them like this one. Wasn't nothing new to me. Bad part about it is you'll be yanking U-joints out right and left burning your transmission up, or one of the two. My number one culprit is always ripping that rubber transmission mount out, and I don't want to rip that brand new transmission mount out. These things are pretty pricey now. I don't know if I'd get another one like that. Got an oddball in there because I have a fabricated 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch extension on it, and a single stud going up through 2 bolt holes, a rubber isolated mount with 1 stud coming out of it, and put it on that fabricated bracket that I made while I was at DeLong's building cranes for a living. Every time you drive past DeLong's in Jefferson City, Missouri, and you look out there into that drill yard and that craneway, all of those cranes you see out there, except for a couple of them, are all cranes that I assembled, welded together, put together. Me and one other man. Floyd Knox, local Jefferson City fella, had been with the Longs for a very long time. Retired. Now I'm sure Floyd is probably retired. A decade ago. He was in his 60s then, so if he's still alive, shout out to you, Floyd. It was nice working with you, man. Taught me a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you. That was fun. A year and a half, almost 2 years in that special projects division for DeLong's was probably one of my most favorite job shops that I've ever worked for. Liked working with that heavy steel. Had a man, another local man there, lives here in Jeff City. His name was Mr. Driver, and he was our press operator. And I always enjoyed working with him and working with that press. I loved working with that press. I liked working with Driver, but he was cantankerous in 1940s. He didn't know what to think about me. Now I'm that old cantankerous bastard myself. Nobody understands a word I say. I don't even know why I even bother talking. Let's make some noise. Try to get that coolant circulated. The whole idea here, but might as well tune on it if we're going to be stinking up the garage. Even though I'm going to be pulling that carburetor off there, I want to try to tune on it just a little bit and get things dialed in before I go pulling that off there. I want everything dialed in together, so I know where that timing's at. So that way when it goes time to wake it up with some more timing, I'll be pretty damn close already, dialed in with this 600. With that 750 on there, feeding it a bit more fuel, it might want a bit more timing. I think it's past news 8:30, so before their favorite shows come on, I'm going to make some noise.
Never stop, never change. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push bars, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I made. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall every gap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,